Hello, welcome to the adventures of Dim Grawn. Here's Dim. He's going to go on some adventures. Dim's real name is not Dim, it's Tim. However, he earned the nickname Dim from his time at the Federation Navy Academy through a very stupid proposition bet involving a bunch of Feddo, too many bottles of quaif, and, well, let's just say he sat funny for a week. That's a story for another time. Eventually, Dim did graduate from FNA, mostly due to the fact that the Navy knew those cannons weren't going to fodder themselves, and soon, somehow, he made it into the Capsuleer program. And he went on his first foray into space, filled to the brim with excitement, anticipation, and confidence that things were going to go great. Yeah. Anywho, Dim soon found himself inside a new clone and was quickly put to work on some baseline missions that all Capsuleers are encouraged to take for some easy ships and ISK. Unfortunately, Dim, being quite dim, decided that the companions and career agents' attempts to educate him were a waste of time. He did a couple of exploration missions so that he could get the core probe scanner, which would help him do it daily, which is about as close to clever as Dim is going to get. But soon after getting that cash and the skill points, with the Atron and his new riches, he went to Dodixie to get himself a proper ship fitting. Seeing a DPS number that was only a few points off his IQ, Dim felt that this was the ship fitting for him. But after doing a mission on that fitting, he got the sense that level 1 missions were going to be boring. So he took the necessary steps to chase his ultimate goal: Day 1 faction warfare. Now, Dim was not one for the book learning. Back in school, when he was taught about the Nouvelle Rouvenor incident and the Galente Prime Luminaire bombardment, his only thoughts on the subject were worrying about spelling all that correctly on the test. Still, at some point his teacher grabbed him by the ears and yelled, "Galente good, Caldari very, very bad," and this was something Dim could understand. As such, Dim is desperate to get his first legitimate PvP kill, and he thinks that his best chance to do this is in factional warfare. Now, he's stupid, but he's not that stupid, so he didn't dive into PvP right away. Instead, he wanted to figure out if he could just do some defensive plexing. So, foolishly, he went into his first complex, and he found out quickly that being very unskilled meant that it wasn't going to be easy to apply damage. So he took off, got himself a web of fire, came back, and gave it another shot. It took a while, but eventually he actually killed the NPC Merlins and was finally going to be able to successfully defend a complex. Excited, as the timer counted down, he held his breath, awaiting his LP riches.
No. Oh.
You see, Dim successfully defended a complex that was so far away from the front line that nobody cared. And yes, that's Dim's fault. That's definitely not my fault, that's his fault. That said, being dumb has its advantages, and Dim decided it would be a great idea to take his joke of a Natron closer to the front to actually try defending an objective with some actual value. So he went on a bit of a trundle and found a system near enemy territory with a Scout Navy 1, and he went in and...
I got 10,000 for that.
Success. Satisfied with the knowledge that the universe was now a Galentier place, Dim went on his way to Dodixie for a little well-earned R&R and to see what he can get with his newfound fortune. Be sure to join us in the next episode of Dim Grawn's ongoing adventures when he finds out that calm and tranquil only mean the same thing in a thesaurus. Or, he would if he knew what a thesaurus was. Okay, goodbye.